bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Well. Good evening. We made it. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? Today is Thursday, December 30th, 2021. 363 days into the new year. Only 2 days left. Let's do this, man. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere, a total undisclosed location. But it is beautiful in here. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer, and UnX Networks. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? Happy New Year. Tonight is our last show of the year, and it is also a Fadernight. That's right. It fell on a Thursday. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. As expected, the calls are coming in. I am putting them on hold. Here we go. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Start your little social media experience with me right there. Hashtag F2B on Twitter is the sandbox, and you can hang out there. It is live to my right all night during the show, interactive. And, of course, everybody in the chat rooms, hello. Anybody that is watching video, hello to you there. Man, okay. Phones. Oh, man. We'll see. I had the feeling it's going to be a busy night on the phones, and we might jump into the phones early tonight, and we'll see what's happening. Okay. Twitter is at JChurchRadio. The sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black. Questions, any questions for myself tonight during the show on our last show of the year? Post it right there, hashtag F2BQ. And there you go. So happy New Year's, everybody. It's kind of weird. This is our last show of the year. And earlier today, I was on with Christina Gomez over on her show. And that was her last show of the year. And that's it, man. Tomorrow night is New Year's Eve. Are you guys ready for this? It's crazy. It's crazy. But 2022 has got to be better than 2021. 2021, as bad as it was still better than 2020. So let's figure this mess out. Anyway, I get to celebrate tonight with all of you. We'll be taking phone calls all night long. Now, let's get straight to the breaking news. Okay, these phones are already nuts. Okay, let me get to the breaking news. Can everybody just chill out? Let's get to the breaking news. NASA will launch the Psyche spacecraft. I'm not making this up. It's called Psyche. the Psyche spacecraft in August of 2022, sending it on a 4-year journey to an unexplored potato-shaped world in the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. The mission will study a metal-rich asteroid that only appears as a fuzzy blur to ground and space-based telescopes. The unusual object may be a leftover metal core from a planet, Nibiru, or a piece of primordial material that never melted, according to NASA. Psyche may help astronomers learn more about the formation of our solar system. Then in September, prepare for another first, as NASA deliberately crashes the DART spacecraft into an asteroid's moon to alter the motion of a near-Earth asteroid. The collision will be recorded by Lycia Cube, or the Light Italian CubeSat, for imaging of asteroids, a companion cube satellite provided by the Italian Space Agency. 3 minutes after impact, the CubeSat will fly by and capture images and video. Absolutely incredible. Now, this is our last show of 2021, so I'm going to talk about some things that you can also look forward to in 2022 that you may not know about. Like this. In 2022, everybody is going to be sending robots to the moon. The Indian Space Research Organization will send its Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft on a lunar mission in 2022. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency is expected to launch SLIM, the SLIM, or the Smart Lander for Investigating Moon mission. That's going down in 2022. Russia is also landing its Luna 25 in 2022, set to be the first Russian lunar mission since 1976. It will land near the lunar South Pole at the Bogoslavsky crater. Then, in March of 2022, NASA will launch the Artemis 1. It's an uncrewed mission to the moon. It's going to travel to the moon, orbit the moon, and then travel thousands of miles beyond it, leading to the next crewed mission moon landing in 2025. All of that going down in 2022. It's going to be an exciting year. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday today to ELO's Jeff Lynne. Jeff Lynne today is 74 years old. Tracy Ullman today is just 62. Our dead guys' birthdays today are Davy Jones, 1945 to 2012, and Michael Nesmith, 1942 to 2021. That's right. Davy and Michael were both members of the Monkees. The band sold more than 75 million records worldwide, making them one of the biggest selling groups of all time, with international hits including Last Train to Clarksville, I'm a Believer, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, Pleasant Valley Sunday, and Daydream Believer. With Davy's death in 2012 and Peter Tork's death in 2019, Mickey Dolenz and Michael Nesmith were left to embark on a farewell tour this year in 2021, finishing shortly before Michael's death earlier this month on December 10th. On the morning of February 29, 2012, Davy died of a heart attack while riding his horses in Florida at the age of 66. Michael died from heart failure at his home in Carmel Valley, California, on December 10th, 2021, at the age of 78. On this day in history, 1916, OTD, Rasputin, is murdered by Russian nobles eager to end his influence over the royal family. Everything ended about a year later. Fader fact. According to the researchers at the University of Leicester, you would need 2,683 LED lights on your house to be visible from the International Space Station. And that is your Fader fact. Yeah, 2,682 ain't going to get it done. Well, tonight is our last show of the year. And it's also a Fadernight. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. And the phones are, okay. All right, the phones are going crazy. Let me put this call on hold right here. You can hear my voice. You are being put on hold. These calls have been coming in all night. So, you know what? Let's just go straight to the phones. All right, hang on for a second here. What is going on there? I have some interference coming in here. Let me chill that out. Okay, we're good to go. All right. Let's see who's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yes, hello.
Yes, you're live. Who's calling?
Yeah, this is Joe.
Joe who? Where are you calling from, Joe?
Hey, I'm calling from in the middle of nowhere, and this is Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci?
Yeah, Joe Pesci. Did I stutter?
Okay, Joe.
I heard you're sending some people to the moon. You're sending robots to the moon and everything.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the show. I can't wait. You know, I'm going to go to the moon. I'm going to bring a shovel with me because I'm running out of places to dig holes in the desert. So I'm going to start digging holes on the moon.
You listen to Fade to Black, Mr. Pesci.
Yes, I do, Jimmy. I love your show. You're great.
And, okay, now I'm almost a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. They can...
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay. Why do you listen to Fade to Black? UFOs? Bigfoot?
Because I got so much time on my hands right now. I'm not acting. I'm not doing nothing. I'm sitting over here in the middle of nowhere, and I get your show, and I really love your voice. Puts me to sleep at night. It makes me relax a little.
Yeah. You're catching me by surprise with this. So you know this. So let me back this up, Mr. Pesci, if I can.
Go ahead.
Have you seen a UFO? What have you had an encounter or an experience in the past?
I see a lot of things in the sky when I'm out in the middle of the nowhere in the desert. I'm looking down because I'm digging a hole. But sometimes I look up and there's things flying around. Like bugs.
Like bugs? Okay.
Yeah, giant bugs in the sky.
What do you make of Mr. Pesci, if I may? What do you make of the coverage of UFOs, like on Fox Television, and our government and the military are now talking about UFOs and UAPs? What do you think is going on?
Well, I think it's really fascinating, but I got to have more proof. You know what I'm saying? I need a close-up shot.
Of a flying saucer.
Yeah, anything. Show me something, please.
What?
I'm tired of guessing. They're showing blurry pictures. That you see these images in the sky. You don't know what they are. They could be frisbees. I don't know.
Would I've been waiting for the clear photograph forever. I've asked for the same thing.
I want to see some proof. I need a clear photo.
Would it be right? Would it be something that would change your mind, where you would say, "Okay, it's here, it's happening"?
Well, I feel like they're here, but it's there's got to be life somewhere else besides on Earth. You know what I'm saying? And there's got to be intelligent life, but I just I just need a little more proof. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I need a little reassurance.
The universe is big, and see that's the thing. It's huge. If you listen to Fade to Black, and I believe that you do, and you calling in is pretty interesting too. If you're listening to the show, then you know that we talk about. I bring on scientists and physicists to talk about the size of the universe. There's no way that we could be alone. I mean, that's an impossibility, right?
Oh, there's no way we're alone. I mean, come on. If we're here, then they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. If we are like sending probes to the moon and Mars and Venus and Saturn and Jupiter, if we're doing this, then E.T. out there, they have to be doing the same thing, right? They're visiting this planet.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I think they're just petting the dogs for now. You know what I'm saying?
Petting the dogs here on Earth?
Yeah, they're just kind of, stroking us along. I think they know more than what they're telling us,
Do you think the government knows?
Oh, I think they know something.
I'm sorry. No disrespect, sir.
No, it's okay. Go ahead and laugh. I think everything's funny. Whoa. Wait, no, I don't like that word funny. No.
Right. Okay.
But you can laugh. It's okay. We're friends. You can laugh.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay. Why do you think the government is hiding this from us? Right?
Because they don't want us to panic, or they're just being selfish, and they're having a good time with these aliens, and they don't want us to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
And okay, like, look,
there's a party going on up there.
There is a party, and there. Oh man! Again, I'm laughing with you, sir. I'm not laughing at you.
Trust me, I'm trying to keep my laughter in over here too.
But there's conspiracies all over the place. You just made the film with De Niro about Jimmy Hoffa, and we have Kennedy. We have, say, the Apollo moon landings. We have 9/11. There's conspiracies everywhere. So why?
It certainly is.
Why would we? Right. Why should we now believe that our government, is our friend when it comes to ET, where they're now passing legislation, and they are saying that they're being open and honest with us about ETs visiting this Earth? Do you trust that?
No, I don't trust anything the government throws at me. But they got all the tools and all the stuff to look at those things out there in the universe. So I guess we got to build our own telescope and find out for ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Which brings up this point. We are going back to the moon, allegedly, in 2025. With all this technology that we have, Mr. Pesci, why do you think that we've been going to the moon this whole time, and that they're just telling us we're going back, like it's some big achievement, right? Do you think that we've been going back and forth to the moon with like a secret space program?
I believe so. I think they're playing the Wizard of Oz with us. They're telling us not to look at the man behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I totally feel that way. Mr. Pesci, What can we look for? What are you looking forward to in 2022? Are we going to have disclosure? Are we going to have the statement from our government that we are not alone in the universe?
Well, I think they're going to keep saying something like that, but I think we've all known that. There's some skeptics out there, but I'm a true believer. I think they're going to be. I think there's spaceships flying around us all the time. I think they got a way of disguising themselves in the sky. But, who knows? I mean, they might not know about us, and we might not know about them. And maybe they're afraid. Who knows? So maybe they're disgusted with us. They don't want to show their face.
Okay. One last question. And again, thank you for calling in tonight on our last show of the year. This is really cool. A lot of calls on hold, and somehow you got through first. I don't know how you did that. But anyway, do you fear an alien invasion? Do we have something to be afraid of?
Well, I'm welcoming it because, I need some action over here. My life's a little boring now. I'm not doing really many movies anymore, so I'm welcoming it.
That's a great answer. I think we're all.
I want to get on a spaceship. Maybe you and me can do it together.
We should do it together. Would you? Okay, that's a great question. E.T. comes, the flying saucer lands. You live in Beverly Hills. I'm in Burbank. Flying saucer lands, and E.T. says, "Come with us." I go. Would you go? Would you jump on that saucer? Would you go with me?
You betcha I would.
Hey.
Definitely would do it.
All right.
What do we got to lose, right?
I want to let everybody know that this is one of my oldest friends here in Los Angeles. This is my old friend, drummer Kenny Pierce. Kenny, Happy New Year, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, this was so fun, dude. Thank you for having me on the show.
And I got to tell you, man, I felt like I was talking to Pesci.
I felt like I was Joe Pesci myself.
And listen, I just want to let everybody know, Kenny and I have known each other since we were kids. I'm not even sure, Kenny. You probably don't remember either, because back then in the '80s, it's all clouded. I'm not sure when we first met.
Right.
I don't know. That's an impossible thing. It could have been anywhere because Kenny and I are part of a very small circle of friends, and we're all friends to this day. And the list is really long, but we're all very, very tight. So Kenny and I were part of this little family, and we just grew up together, and we still hang out and talk and do things. Can you believe, now, Kenny, this is the trippy thing. Can you believe, if we push this back to 1985, 86, 87, you remember that rehearsal studio we used to rehearse at? We had the same manager on Washington Boulevard. What was that guy's name? What?
It was La Brea in Washington.
Yeah, La Brea and Dallas.
Dallas was the manager.
Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah. Then he had a big old pot belly.
You remember that? You remember that? And drank coffee like nobody's business. Had a cane, too.
And smoking cigarettes.
Smoking cigarettes.
Like they were going out of style.
Oh, man. Can you imagine us talking about that in 87, 86, whenever that was, that we would be on the radio together in 2021? I mean,
no, I would have never would have guessed, man. No way.
Not in a million years, man. And
not in a million years, bro.
So what are you doing today, and how can everybody go and find you?
Well, I'm actually doing a little comedy. I just started a TikTok channel. It's called Comedy by Kenny, and I'm also I'm fronting, singing and playing drums in my own band called Under the Sun, and you'll be able to find us on SoundCloud. And that's pretty much it. You know, I'm still playing drums, got my own band, and I'm doing comedy on TikTok. Comedy by Kenny.
Okay, Comedy by Kenny on TikTok. We'll the Fadernights will post that up. Somebody get that up in the feed, and I'll do a retweet on that. Kenny, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I've always said, and you've heard me say this too many times, but I'm going to say this on the air out of respect. I have always told when I'm hanging out around the country or whatever, and I would go, man, there's two drummers in L.A. that are the best, and that's Scotty Slam and Kenny Pierce. And I would say that all the time, and when and people would look at me, and I'm telling you right now, it's Kenny Pierce and Scotty Slam. Everybody else is an imitator. And you did that, man. You're one of the most incredible drummers, and I just loved seeing you play. And we have been friends for so long. You're just an amazing soul and an amazing person, man. And very proud to call you friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jimmy. And I love the show, dude. I'm very proud of you, what you've accomplished, and it's just amazing what you've done. You're doing really good, man. And it's great because I'm fascinated with the whole UFO world and everything, and you're doing it. And and I always tune in when I see that you're going on the air on Facebook and stuff. I always get on and listen for a while. So
you know what? And here's the flip side. And this is what I do. I go and watch all of your videos. I do the same thing.
You do?
I've watched them all, man. I've watched them all. So there you go. Kenny, listen, my friend, Happy New Year. My best to you and your family. And what I want you to do is, after the show tonight, go and play this for your mom. And I'm just going to say this now. Happy New Year, Mom. All right?
Okay, great. Thank you, man. And, and as soon as I have a new a show coming up, I'll definitely I'll shoot you a text and invite you down.
Yeah, I would love it, Kenny. All the best, my brother.
Yeah.
Love you much.
Cool, buddy. All right, man. Hey, Happy New Year, bro. Love you, man.
Love you back. Kenny Pierce. Listen, everybody, I had heard Kenny do some Joe Pesci a few months ago, and we talked about doing this so many times, and I thought, man, it's New Year's. I got to have Joe Pesci call into the show. Kenny was like, let's do this, man. And there you go. So I'm going to take a quick break. I will come straight back and start taking your phone calls. It is Thursday night. It's a Fader night, but it is also our last show of the year. Open lines all night long. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer and UnX Networks. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at wtih.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
The new KUNXDB, the UnX Network, bringing you the best in paranormal programming in premium, high-definition streaming audio and video. Log on to the network at unxnetwork.com and check out the growing lineup of programs, including Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and many more. Sign up for the free UnX newsletter, follow the UnX blog, or pick up the latest edition of the UnX magazine. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out at unxnetwork.com. Tap the show page and the calendar so you never miss your favorite live shows and podcasts. We are your portal for all things paranormal. The X, explaining the unexplained.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is our last show of the year, and it's also a Fadernight. How perfect is that? The call-in number, 747-228-2051. And let's do this. Whatever is on your mind. And we made it, though. We absolutely made it. And I want to, before I get to the calls, last night, in my rant, talking about new shows and new movies and things, and that was just all off of the top of my head. And I did notice, I can't remember who posted it, but I did see somebody say, Resident Alien Church, you left off, and I did. There was a few shows, more than a few, that I left off. But again, that was off the top of my head. But Resident Alien, oh man, that left such a mark on me, and I don't know how it fell off the list last night. But I did want to mention that. Okay, now let's do this. 747-228-2051. It's our last show of the year. Let's celebrate together. I know that I said that I might bring in some champagne and start drinking on the air. I decided against that, and I got to stay fueled. I've got to stay fueled. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's still raining out here in California, by the way. Still raining. It's cold. It's wet. And my gardener hasn't shown up now for 2 weeks in a row. That's how much it is raining when the gardeners don't show up. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's see who's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, man, it's Mark from Dallas. What's happening?
Hey, man, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to thee, brother.
Man, are you ready for this? I know you are.
Well, look, man, I got a theory on your gardener. I think Joe Pesci may have stuck him in a hole in the desert.
How cool was that, man?
Dude, okay.
I could have kept it going, and I told Kenny earlier. He goes, man, do we tell him who? I said, you know what? In the end, yeah. And I was sitting here thinking, man, I could just keep this going all night. He is so good at it. It's just incredible.
Kenny, if you're still listening, man, this is what's hilarious. I'm such a huge Joe Pesci fan. I watched 2 movies today, Raging Bull and Casino. I kid you not. Those are the 2 movies I watched today. I'm a huge, So when he first called, I'm like, well, this is BS. There's no way. And dude, about 5 minutes into it, he had me. I'm like, this is Joe Pesci.
I know.
This really is it.
He, and to do that stuff right, you get into the head, right? You get into the head of whoever, and he has that ability. I just started to watch for like the 3rd time, and it was a little bit painful for me, so I stopped after about a half an hour. The documentary about the making of the Man on the Moon. And and the thing is with Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey got so into Andy Kaufman that Jim Carrey didn't know who he was anymore, and he made that commitment to get it done, but that's how effective the movie was, and his character, and the Tony Clifton parts to it. man. So here we go.
Well, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question for you. Have you seen The Matrix yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I'm going to go see it tomorrow.
Right.
Because I'm hoping there's some insight in that movie. I don't know if there will be or not, but I'm hoping that there will be some light in that movie that maybe will enlighten us a little bit.
Well, I hope you haven't read anything about the movie.
I just looked at Rotten Tomatoes, which was like a 60-something. It wasn't really great.
Yeah, well, and Rotten Tomatoes is actually usually pretty accurate. But I'm going to disagree with them on that. And I could see, although I don't agree with this, I could see where for those that were diehard Matrix fans, that the movie took such chances that those that were going in with a predetermined mindset on what they were going to see, they didn't get that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. And the first 5 minutes of the movie, I was like, man, did somebody make a mistake here? This is like bad. Okay, I'm serious. And then after about 10 minutes, I got and I thought, man, that was a huge roll of the dice. You know, I mean, whoa. So you'll understand when you see tomorrow, you're going to go through that first 10 minutes. You're going to go, yeah, Church is right. Whoa.
Yeah.
But
I definitely trust you and your judgment on that. So I'm still going to go see it.
It's a great movie.
If you hated it, I'm still going to go.
It's a great movie. My only two things, which I'll reveal, there were two scenes back to back at the end of the movie that I thought, well, you know what, that was a little cheap. That was cutting corners. So that was just, it has nothing to do with the storyline, though. So I'll talk about that as more people see the movie. And maybe by next week, more people will have seen it, and we can talk about it without giving away spoilers. You know, that most everybody has seen it.
Well, kind of along that same line, real quick, man, I've got a request for a possible show for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you bring on? I'm just getting into cryptocurrency. I don't know if you're into cryptocurrency or not, but I'm just starting to research it, and I may get involved with that. What I would like to know more about is the metaverse and Web3 and what the metaverse is going to be and how that's going to change the world, because it sounds like it's going to me.
Who would you suggest that I bring on for that?
Man, you're the smart guy. I don't know. It'll be somebody that's about half our age, probably.
Yeah. I
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Riz Verk would be good for that, maybe.
Yeah.
Greg Hausch might be a consideration for that. But it would have to be somebody deep into Silicon Valley and understanding what this next phase is going to play out as.
And I'm not sure people understand the gravity and the size and the scope of what this metaverse is already and what it's going to be. Anyway, it's something that I think we should be enlightened on, and we should be able to see it coming and know what it is. And if we want to participate in it, great. If we want to stay away from it, that's great too. Another thing, question I have for you is, do we still need SETI?
Do we still need what?
SETI.
SETI.
Seth Shostak.
Oh, Seth Shostak. Yeah. I thought you said confetti, and I was like, yeah, we do need confetti.
That's tomorrow night, man.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night. My views of SETI I don't think have changed or will ever change, and which is this. And putting Seth Shostak aside and his public persona and the way that people look at him, love him or hate him or whatever, I don't think he has anything. He's okay. His opinion doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to say.
Agreed.
Okay, so let's talk about SETI for a second. It is better than not doing it. Okay, and
I see what you mean.
So
I see what you mean.
When we look at, and SETI's not the only project like this. There are a few. Okay, and which also goes to like Arecibo in Puerto Rico. So SETI itself, though, and that telescope array, and we also have the Allen telescope array. You know, Allen from he's dead now, from Microsoft. So all pursuing the same thing, and that if we are not looking, then we'll never know. That doesn't make any sense to me. And at least looking and coming up empty is better than not looking. What if something does happen when we're looking down? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I guess the resentment, I'm going to go ahead and call it resentment, because I have some resentment towards that guy. And, you know, he used to come on these shows and pretty much poo-poo everything that we discuss. You know, he would tend to kind of belittle us that wanted to believe and have actually seen things in the sky that we can't describe. You know what I mean?
Yes. And
I resent that.
Right. I've always, and that's why I think Seth let his personality and opinions get in the way. And that, I mean, that hurt him personally. Does it affect the SETI program? No, it doesn't. And which goes back to my point. Put Seth Shostak to the side. Just put him to the side. The program itself, yes, absolutely. We should keep it funded. It's not that big of a deal. The telescopes themselves the dishes are not that expensive. When Allen stepped in, Paul Allen, and I forget the number for each telescope that he built, you know, and he did a couple of hundred, I think, or 100, and was going to build a second round or whatever. It wasn't that much money, and especially to somebody like him, it's not that big of a deal. And then you pay a staff to be there, you know, 24 hours a day and point the satellites and monitor, point the dishes and monitor what is going on. Not that big of a deal, especially to somebody with pockets like Paul Allen. If I was worth $3, $4, $5, $10 billion, I would do it in a second, and I would fund it for the next 100 years, because I think we should look. The problem is, how do you know what the data is saying? Okay, so we don't have. Okay, now if you listen to somebody speaking Mandarin. Do you speak Mandarin?
I do not.
Okay. So you're listening and somebody writes some Mandarin out and you look at it. Do you know what it says? No.
Absolutely
and
not.
And if nobody ever tells you what it says, are you able to figure that out on your own? Think about how difficult it was with the Rosetta Stone, right? And the problems with that. And that was written in 3 languages, right? Okay, so and that came from Earth. But if we are listening to a signal from an extraterrestrial civilization, we know nothing. So how do you decipher something that you cannot possibly know anything about? And what frequency it's on, and what the data is, and how's because it would be the same thing like binary or radio signals coming off of Earth, unless you have a receiver and you understand what you are trying to intercept, and then de-scramble it and somehow figure it out. That's a long process. So how do we know what it says when we get it? That's all. But I think it's best that we constantly monitor the skies, and if we get a signal coming in, then we can triangulate to the planet that it's coming from, if and when that day happens. And yes, I think that we should do that. I think we should continue.
Well, now that you explain it like that, I 100% agree with you. Now, my last question for you, I know you got a bunch of them stacked up. Dude, you've got to be very happy with the Indianapolis Colts right now.
Why should I be? Are they doing good?
Well, okay.
I have no idea.
Man, I guess you're not following. Yeah, they're having a hell of a year. They may end up in the Super Bowl. They're peaking right now and just kicking butt. So,
good for them.
I thought I didn't know if you were a Colts fan or not.
Well,
but they're doing a great job. I don't think they're going to beat my Cowboys, but we'll see.
Well, I gave up on sports. I don't have the time. But when the Super Bowl rolls around, I'll watch it. And let's see who's there. And if it's the Colts, great. I'm sure my family's happy that they're doing great. My family are season ticket holders, and good for them. That my brothers right now, if they're listening, are just livid. but it's really the truth, man. When I gave up sports, this job, Mark, like any job, it just takes up all of your time. And I have no clue. I have zero. I have no idea. I would have to Google that right now to even come close to understanding. So you're saying they're leading their division and they're doing great.
They have a lot of momentum right now, and they are just laying waste to everybody they get on the field with, and they're really fun to watch. They're a really great group of young guys and a bunch of underdogs when the season started, and I just fell in love with them. HBO has been following them this year, and they're just really fun to watch. Got a lot of really strong personalities, a lot of really good young guys on that. I wish them the best. I really do. Until they get on the field with the Cowboys, of course.
Yeah. Is Peyton Manning still playing for him? I'll talk to you. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it. Happy New Year, Mark.
Oh man, same to you, brother. And let's make 22 a better year.
It's got to be.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You know what? The bar's really low. So the bar's really low. Oh man, I'll talk to you, Mark. Happy New Year.
All right, brother. Be good. Same to you, man. Bye.
Bye. That's a great phone call right there. Thank you so much, Mark. And is Peyton Manning still playing for him? And wow. But at least I'm being honest. I have no idea. Okay, let me man the phones here for a second, and let me do this. Yeah, it is Thursday night. This is our last show of the year, and it is a Fadernight. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Let's see. Oh, for the love of God, J Church Radio, the Colts started doing well after I went to their game. Just saying, a little magic never hurt anything. That's from Katya. Katya, I have no idea. Good for them, though. All right, let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Vader Lord. Happy New Year's.
Hey,
and New Year's Eve, just call and say hi and see if you got that art picture on one of your on Facebook.
Is it there now?
I put it on there, but I think I put it on there a while back. It was a video.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. Where did you put it in the fan page?
Yeah.
It's in the fan. It's in the fan page. Let me. And when did you do it?
A few weeks ago.
Oh man, well that's going to be buried. Yeah. Well,
another one that
there's a lot of people in that page in that group. Do you have an idea on the date? How about the date?
No, I don't have a date really. I don't remember the date.
Okay, Vader. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I will. Why don't you repost it and get it back up there? But yeah, I'm scrolling. I have the feeling.
That first part. Okay.
I have the
That
feeling.
first caller it sounded like the guy from Lethal Weapon.
It was.
It was?
Yeah, Joe Pesci.
I knew it was.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. I am scrolling. Yeah, repost it and then I will check it out. How's that? Deal?
Okay. All right.
Happy New Year, Vader.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man. And that's a talented artist right there. And let me see here. Let me go here next. And let's see what we got going on. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Turn me down in the background. You need to turn me down in the background. I'm just telling you now.
I'm turning you down.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay.
Give me a stab.
Okay. Hi, Deb. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Happy New Year, dear.
Happy New Year to you.
Almost. Now, you said you don't have champagne. Are you going to tell me honestly that you don't have a little vodka in your coffee or something?
No. It's a professional environment around here.
Well, last night you made the statement that you've never smoked on the air and never drunk on the air, and I have to correct you because recently you vaped on the air and you blew the smoke right into the camera, and it was great. And when the night that you did Eddie Van Halen's tribute, you said that you were celebrating, and it was an AMA, and I asked you in the question, is there something extra in your coffee? And you didn't read out the question, but you said, Deb, and you said, the answer to that is yes. So I took that as celebrating with something special. Am I right or wrong?
Repeat that.
The night that you did Eddie Van Halen's tribute, you said that you were celebrating that night. And I asked you, you were having an AMA and questions about Eddie. And I sent you a question, and I said, is there something extra in your coffee? Because Rita just came in and handed you your coffee. And you said, oh, we're celebrating tonight. And so I asked you, is there something extra in your coffee? And you didn't read my question out loud, but you said, you saw it coming up in the chat, and you said, Deb, and you said, the answer to that is yes. And so I thought, aha, he does have something extra in his coffee.
Never. But I don't remember that. I'm glad that you do. But that was like a year and a half ago. And
well, that was a very emotional night for everybody, and that's why I remember it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It certainly was. It certainly was. But there you go. So. Continue.
I want to ask you what you asked Christina today, because all the faders want to know, are you doing anything fun tomorrow night, or are you working? And please don't say you're working.
Private. It's private.
No, that won't do. We want to know.
See, that's the thing.
Come on.
No, see, Deb, here's the deal. And I appreciate the question, though. But here's the deal. My private life is my private life. And it will always remain that way. Well, yeah, I mean, and see, if I tell you something else, then it wouldn't be the truth. So that's not cool, right? What if I just made something up? Then the universe is going to look at me.
You do that with me all the time. Like you're not leaving town and you fly to Canada, and then I bust you on your way out of the airport to, wherever you were going. And you even confirmed it. You're like, oh, you saw, this on the GPS. I bust you all the time in fibs, Jimmy. This is nothing new.
But I wasn't in Canada.
But if you don't want it,
I wasn't in Canada.
Oh, well, okay. I don't care. Whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just saying you fib to me all the time.
But that goes back to. But see, that goes back to my point that I just made, right? So if I say something that is not true, just to say it, is that cool? And now, like with the Canada thing, see, I'm telling you now that I wasn't in Canada, and now you're thinking to yourself, well, that's not cool. It's not. And that's why I need to keep my stuff private. And trust me, it's the better way to go. It just is. It just is.
Secret agent Jimmy. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to be a true secret agent, use your Wayfarers that I sent you, please, to film people so that when you do get busted out at Edwards, you can film them back. And I've never once seen you even use those things. You said you were going to use them and do films for us and show us stuff. Have you used them at all?
I have. And they're really cool, too. They're really cool. And the other day, all right, I'll tell you something a little private.
Okay.
I filmed, and I did this on purpose. I just wanted to see, and I didn't tell. I filmed the Amazon driver delivering a package. And I walked out, had my sunglasses on, and had them all fired up, and I taped him coming up, and I said Merry Christmas, because that's when it was. And I took the box from him, and he said, have a great day. I said, you too. And he walked away. He never noticed that he was being filmed. And I just kind of, because the red light is on the front. You can see it. But I don't know. Maybe he didn't look straight at me. Maybe he didn't notice. Maybe he was busy. But that was rather interesting. So I was thinking about posting the video and telling everybody what I had done, because that's an application for these classes. The only drawback to those, and by the way, I got to take a break, so I want to say Happy New Year, is
Happy New Year, dear.
These only shoot for 25 seconds. So it's not so that video that I shot, I had to start it as I was opening up the door. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not like they shoot for 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes.
Right. Short clips.
Yeah, very, very short clips. And that's the other thing. You can shoot a string of videos. You can shoot a string, but you have to constantly rearm it. So there you go.
Okay. Well, Happy New Year, Jimmy. This is where, for the first time this year, when I say love you, Jimmy, you get to say love you back, because you stopped saying that to me a long time ago when my feelings were hurt.
When did I ever do I say those words?
You say it to people all the time. You say love you back all the time.
Okay, love you back, Deb. Have a great Happy New Year.
And your friend Lisa came up a negative COVID test, so God bless you, Lisa, and I'm so glad that she's going to be okay. And your daughter, Nicole.
I'll talk to you. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Okay. Happy New Year, dear. Bye.
Right on. And with that, man, I am now behind the ball. Let's get to this commercial break. I am your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. This is our last show of the year. The last show for 2021. And it falls on a Fadernight, which means it's open lines all night long. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll come back to more of your phone calls right after this. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on forbiddenknowledge.tv today.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer. Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. Yes. We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. And you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? All right, let me see something here. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go here, and then I am going to go here, and I'm going to go here next. Let's see who it is. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Christina Gomez.
Hi, Christina.
Happy New Year.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Christina Gomez. I am a robot. How you doing?
I am doing so bomb listening to your show, ready for the new year to hit forward, eating some curry. And you know what? Just catching up.
Is it chicken curry?
It is Thai chicken curry.
Yeah.
And rice.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. is...
Oh, man, without a doubt. It is so good. And you know what? Deborah stole my question. I was going to ask, too, what are you going to do for New Year's?
Something private. Something private. Yeah.
Of your intel to the CIA?
Yeah, no, check this out. I was going to mention this earlier, and then I don't want to put a downer on the show. But the number is 10, not 11, not 9. As of right now, 10. 10 friends got COVID. And it started a couple of days ago, and I'm getting one notification, and Jimmy, and this, and it was stacking up today. I was like, holy crap, man. I mean, it was just stacked up one on top of another. And I'm just blown away. I'm blown away by that. And so that kind of interfered a little bit with New Year's. And the other thing is, I don't want to go out for New Year's. Not with what's going on right now. I don't want to go out. So I've got something a little clandestine set up. So there you go. How about you? Oh, we talked about this. We talked about this earlier today.
Yeah, like I had said, I'm going to be watching the Sci-Fi on the channel, the Sci-Fi, and watch the Twilight Zone for 48 hours. But, the very first call you got, I really believed that it was Joe Pesci earlier on, and I was so pumped. And then at the very end, I was so disappointed. I like you ripped my heart out of my chest.
I know.
I was like, oh.
I could have kept it going. And let it go and said, okay, Mr. Pesci, see you later. Happy New Year, and hung up. But you know what? Kenny is, he's such a talent, and there was just no way he doesn't deserve the props. His comedic chops, when we were growing up, and I really mean this is a long time ago, he had he had the rock and roll Sunset Strip persona going on, him and his band Taz. And you can look up Taz right now, and somebody will be posting pictures of Taz, I'm sure, in the feed. And there's Kenny. And I knew back then, hanging out with, how funny he was. And now he's going into the world of comedy, and he is just really good. And he's an amazing drummer. I mean, like the real deal, world-class, unbelievable drummer. But he's got this other thing, this comedic side to him, and he's just brilliant with it. So I had to give him the cred that he deserved at the end. And I knew I was breaking hearts because he's just too good at it. He's just too good.
It was amazing voice acting. It really was. And when you were saying, I'm not laughing at you, I should have got it from there. Like that was a hint. And you know what? I just kept going for the story from Goodfellas. I'm not laughing at you. And that one has to be one of my favorite movies. It truly is. And especially that scene, the most iconic scene in the entire movie.
Yeah.
So when that was going on back and forth, I'm just thinking, I should fall for it, but it's just so good. Keep going.
Yeah. I know. And there were, for me, I mean, Pesci has had so many amazing moments. I mean, so many. But I always think about the scene in Casino when he's hanging up that the payphone on the casino floor, bam, bam, and it's just such a, and that's Pesci, and Kenny's got it down. I know he's probably still listening, but he's just got it down. He's got it down cold. With the Twilight Zone, are they in order? Is the marathon in order? Does it start with season 1, episode 1?
I would assume so. I don't even know, even though I've been watching it practically since birth. I don't even know what the first episode would be, but I'm just going to assume the Sci-Fi channel's playing it in order. But again, by far, my all-time favorite episode is The Eye of the Beholder and How to Serve Man. I mean, the other ones, I can like go to the bathroom, take a nap, and like skip the other episodes. But those two, I can't miss every single year.
And you need to jump over to Twitter. And who posted this first? Kaz Whitehead got it up. There's a picture of Taz right there, and there's Kenny right there. That's Kenny, man. And that is back in the day, right there. I'm gonna retweet this. I've got to do this. Hang with me. So when did I get the Rona? That was Thanksgiving 2020. So I'm laid out in bed with Rona, and you know what I did?
What?
I binged the Twilight Zone.
Man,
I did.
That's the way to do it.
I did. Okay, hold on. This is Kenny.
Yeah, I see the picture now, and I saw the picture of Jonaside's tattoo.
Yes.
That was amazing. The fade to black tattoo.
Man, when he first showed that to me, I felt a little strange because it's such a great tattoo. And I'm like, man, I got to keep this show going now. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't change the name. I can't change the logo. I mean, what if I change the logo, right, on the T-shirts?
Oh.
Genocide.
Oh, man. It would be just,
So,
couldn't even imagine.
So are you ready for 2022? Are you? So you're in college. You're in break right now, right? Everything's done?
Yes.
And so when do classes pick back up?
I think in about 2 weeks, like January 13th, 14th, or 15th, somewhere around there. And I don't look at the dates until I have to.
So, and my next question, I think a lot of people, I really want to know the answer to this, but I know that a lot of people are probably thinking about this. How do you pick the subjects that you and I cover?
You know, it's in some cases it's spontaneous. Sometimes I'll just brush through a topic or a word, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. And then I'll probably go into it. But I also look through like Reddit posts or do searches on YouTube. Or also when I'm reading certain books, they'll hit a certain chapter as well that I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So, but I try to find what has a lot of hits as well.
Have you looked into the MJ-12 documents?
Yeah, we did a show together.
On MJ-12? On the documents?
Yeah.
Did we really? Oh, man.
We did.
Oh, that's right. It's one of my fondest memories. I remember now. We did a show on MJ-12.
Yeah, we did.
Are you sure you're not talking about your other co-host?
You're my only co-host. Okay. My extra special co-host.
We did a show on MJ-12? Was it?
We did 4 months ago, and we did a part 1 and part 2. It was in August 17th, 2021.
Was it good? Did we do a good job?
I sure do think so. Covering it pretty well for those that didn't know much about it. And you know what? I think it went so well that we had to do a part 2 for it.
Okay. And now I'm remembering it. And here's the deal. But I say this in all seriousness. I had Richard Dolan on the show last night, and I know that I've said a lot of times on the air that Richard and I talk an awful lot off of the air, and we do. We really do. And I say that for a couple of reasons. And the first reason why I like to bring that up is that Richard and I understand each other, and we're always picking each other's brains and trying to figure out where our opinions fall on certain things. And these conversations can sometimes last for a very long time. And it was probably around August. Richard and I, probably for 2 hours, talked about the MJ-12 documents and very specific points and things. And it's always been on my mind. And it's interesting that we did those shows on it when Richard and I were just talking about it. And I brought that up on the shows, right?
Well, let's do a show, the three of us on it, on the MJ-12 documents.
He's expensive. Can you afford him? Have you ever interviewed Richard?
I have connections, that being you. But can he afford me?
Have you ever interviewed Richard?
Not yet, but we talked to him on part 2 for the Bob Lazar show.
We did?
We did.
We did. Oh, that's right. We brought Richard in. I remember that now. That's right. See, I do way too many shows with you. We were talking about that earlier today. How many shows have we done? And it's been a lot. We have consistently delivered, and I'm just so impressed with you, Christina, on not only your work ethic, but the way that you do it, and you have not let your foot off the gas yet, and just keep pushing, okay? And I really mean that. And for you to come in after a very busy day today, and that little charade that just went down in the chat room, is all that over, by the way?
Yes, everything is taken care of. You have some fantastic mods that know how to do the choppity chop.
When we had a bunch of bots invade the chat room tonight, so Christina, I don't know, I don't even have it up because I'm over in Twitter, and I was talking to Deb. And Deb, now you can understand right now why I had to say that again, because Christina texted me and she goes, dude, you got to check out the bots in the chat room. So I'm watching Christina's text, and if she texts me during the show, I need to pay attention. If she leaves me alone, she knows what to do. So anyway, I jump over and I see what's going on over there, and Deb is I don't hear Deb. She's saying stuff, and I'm watching the chat room. I was like, oh my, that was crazy. That was crazy.
It was like playing a video game. So all of us mods were really trying to beat these bots. But I mean, it was like I was playing what's that?
Whack-a-mole.
Or something?
Whack-a-mole.
Space Invaders.
Yeah, Space
Invaders. Space Invaders. That's what it felt like. And I'm like, it's kind of fun.
Oh, man. Genocide, Epiphonium, Bill, of course, and you. Who else was in there?
I think it was us, maybe Blocker Chick as well.
Oh, Block Chick was in there?
Yeah.
You guys are the best. You guys are the best. And thank you. Christina, Happy New Year. I'll talk to you tomorrow, but Happy New Year, okay? Behave and be well, and enjoy your New Year's Eve, and thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you, Jimmy. We'll talk tomorrow.
Absolutely. Christina Gomez. Thank you, Christina. Happy New Year.
Bye.
And it was going down. It was that was crazy. That was crazy. And thank you, everybody. Bill just said it was crazy, but it was not. I was not about to quit. You guys are the best. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Catherine in Denver.
Catherine in Denver? Are you serious? Is it really you?
I'm not sure. I can't believe that I'm actually speaking with you.
Yeah, what? Well, you are. I can't believe I'm speaking with you. Hey, You guys, it's Christmas, heading into New Year's. You guys got snow in Denver? I hope you do.
I wish. Actually, it's supposed to snow tomorrow, which could ruin our New Year's plans. But
well, I think everybody's New Year's plans are kind of.
Yeah. No, we're just happy to have plans. We're thrilled to have them.
Yeah, absolutely, Catherine. I couldn't agree with you more. I'm ready though. Are you ready for 2022? No matter what 22 brings, it's got to be better than this mess, right? Right? It's just got to be better.
Yeah, I'm absolutely ready.
What's on your mind, Catherine?
Mainly, this is 2021 was the year I started listening to Fade to Black, and I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate the way you are with all of your callers and every guest that you have. You listen, you treat everyone with respect, and you have people on the show who disagree with each other, and sometimes they even will diss each other, but you never take part in that. And it's been so great for me to listen to. And I have to tell you, normally in the evenings I practice martial arts, and so I never have tried to call in before. Right. But tonight there's no class, and so I listen to you in the morning, and I turn on YouTube to get me going in the morning.
Right.
So this is the first time I've listened live. So thank you so much.
Well, you know what's funny, and then we'll get to the other reasons why you're calling. But I don't like to agree with people. If you know what I mean, because that's just boring, right? That's just boring. Mm-hmm. Let's have a conversation where with somebody, not necessarily, not agreeing. That might be an aggressive way to put it. But what I'm saying is I learn something from people that have a different opinion than mine. Yes. And yes, that's where you learn. I want whenever I would tune in to a radio show and I'm listening to the host and the guest or the host and the caller all just on the same page, I tune out. I'm just like, I don't need this. Right. I mean, where do I progress? I don't progress listening to that. It's better to keep your ears open and listen to everybody. And I enjoy that. I really do. That's a challenge. So there you go. Okay, before we get to the break, so what's the real reason you called in?
That's the real reason, because it's Thursday night and I'm normally doing something else, and I thought it would give me a boost to call into the show and actually speak with you. Okay,
so then let me ask you a question. What kind of martial arts? What style?
Our school is called Omniform, and it derives from Taekwondo and boxing, and there's even some yoga in there. There might be a little kung fu. So we do a lot of stuff. We use hands and feet, and a lot of fitness. People are always impressed. We're a very skinny gym.
A very skinny gym. Okay. And what level have you achieved? Where are you at?
I am a second degree black belt.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now, the next question before we head to the break. Tell me the truth. Do you watch Bruce Lee movies? I want the honest answer.
I do. Yes, I do. I didn't before I started studying martial arts. I never did. But now, I watch Bruce Lee, and I look for YouTube for sparring, and it's fun. And I practice nunchaku. I have nunchaku and a bow staff. And a screamer stick.
Right on. Right on. And now, to get to a second degree black belt, how many years of discipline are we talking about here?
I have been practicing for, I think, 6 years. I think it was 6 years when I got my second degree, which was last February, March.
Are you married?
I am.
Okay. So is your husband into this?
No, he is not.
This
he
is
did
awesome.
join, so I made everyone join at the beginning.
So does he understand?
And, I was the only one who stuck with it.
Does he understand that his wife is a second degree black belt? Is he cognizant of this fact?
He thinks it's funny because it's not something anyone expected me to do.
But when you say, honey, it's time to clean out the garage, he cleans out the garage, doesn't he?
Would you believe that has never occurred to me?
Oh, man. Honey, you know what day it is?
That's a good idea. I'm glad I called.
Yeah. Honey, you know what day it is? I do. Catherine, Happy New Year, and my best to you and your family. And as you know, I love first-time callers. And just Happy New Year. Let's have a great and amazing 2022, and we'll do it together. Hi-ya!
Thank you. Happy New Year to you. Hi.
I'll talk to you. Bye, Catherine.
Bye-bye.
That's a great phone call right there. That was a perfect phone call. Hi-ya! And second degree black belt. That's absolutely amazing. But you know what? She's right. It's and I'm glad that she understands that I would rather have on somebody that I don't know much about, that I want to learn from, or somebody that I don't necessarily agree with, so we can have a nice spirited discussion and try to figure stuff out. And the guest or the caller, maybe they'll learn something from me and from you. And that's how we progress, and that's how we move forward. And with that, I'm going to take a quick break. This is Fade to Black. It is our last show for 2021. This is our last show. I'll be right back with more of your phone calls. Stay with me.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
This is Jimmy Church, and I personally invite you to the 2022 Conscious Life Expo this February 4th through the 7th, live at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This year, we have the most exciting speakers, including Whitley Strieber, Adam Apollo, Billy Carson, Daryl Anka and Bashar, William Henry, Caroline Corey, Susan Slaughter, Daniel Brinkley, JJ and Desiree Hertog, Sarah Breskman Cosme, George Norrie, Gail Thackeray, and many, many more. I will be hosting all weekend long, including the keynote Ancient Secrets panel on Friday night, 5 vendor and exhibit halls, 3 floors of speakers, panels, and celebration. This is the biggest event of the year, and early bird passes are available now. Just go to ConsciousLifeExpo.com for the schedule, speakers, and information. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com. Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRAradio.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight, the night before New Year's Eve, which means this is our last show of the year. This is it, and it falls on a Thursday on a Fadernight, so I get to hang out and celebrate with all of you. Couldn't be more perfect. All right. And I got to tell you, listening, somebody, let me think about this. Oh, it was Peter Tackren of Hypocrisy. A couple of days ago, sent me over from Sweden a video of Ronnie Dio with Rudy Sarzo and Doug Aldrich. And he made some comments. He said, man, but check this out, man. Listen to Rudy's bass tone. And so I went and then we started talking about Doug and things, and we're texting back and forth, listening to this track. And I'm listening to that song right there. And I got to tell you, Doug Aldrich is amazing. It sucks me in, and I'll never change the bumper music on this show. It's just not going to happen. I need it, and I've never really thought about changing it. That's it, and it's been almost 10 years, and so it's going to continue. But that was a lot of fun the other day with Peter and us going back and forth with this Ronnie Dio. It was a Rainbow song, too, that he was playing with Dio, and it was really cool. Anyway, where am I at? Oh, let's get back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Sarah Ann.
Sarah Ann, as I live and breathe. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Where are you tonight?
I'm in the frozen tundra, freezing.
You are. How many feet of snow?
I don't know. A lot.
It's a lot. Have you heard about what's going on out here in California?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so for you because, like, when it's cold in California, it's cold. Like something changes when I'm in California where 60 degrees feels like 20 degrees here, you know?
Yes. No, that,
I don't know
no,
what it is.
that is a fact. That is a fact. I don't know how, I got so acclimated to it so quickly. But 60 degrees out here and people lose their minds, including myself, and 50. And it does, make no mistake about it. It in the winter, it will get, it'll get down below freezing for a couple of days. And you get the feel, you get down to 32, 30, you feel the bite. I mean, that is cold. But I got acclimated to it really quick. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'll make this really quick. When I first moved out here, I moved out here in like November. And when I moved, December, somewhere in there. And when I had left Indy had an ice storm going on. It was 0 degrees. It was freezing. And I couldn't wait to get to California. And I get off the plane at LAX, and I'm expecting sunshine, women running around on roller skates in thong bikinis, right? That this is what I thought it was one big David Lee Roth video. That's what I thought. Okay. And it was cold. And I was like, wait a minute, I didn't fly out here for this. And it was like 30 degrees. And I was like, no. I left the snow. I'm in Los Angeles. It's not supposed to be like this. So it was a rude awakening. Well, what I did find out, though, is when you go through 6 or 8 months of the heat here, November, when it starts to cool down, you really appreciate it. And people do here in California. Yeah. It's a point where we can kind of cool down for a little bit our bodies, because it is miserably hot here for the other 8 months. It's like really warm. So there you go. So you called me, Sarah Ann. What's on your mind tonight? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Well, I was going to tell you one of my craziest kind of paranormal stories, but in honor of Christina Gomez, I wanted to say, tell you a quick Joe Pesci story.
Oh, you got one?
I got one.
Okay, go.
All right, so I'm going to set the scene. I'm living in New York City. I'm in my early 20s, so this is 20 years ago. And I've been working my little hiney off, so my employer actually lets me take a sabbatical, and I go to Barcelona for the summer. So needless to say, by the end of the summer, I'm like in a totally different, state of mind, if you will. Feeling really, really good. And it was a rude awakening for me to get back to New York City because of the, the pace of everything, blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
so anyway,
Sarah Ann, what year?
2001.
2001. So 20 years ago. You were a youngster. You were like...
Oh, yeah.
You were like 15 in New York City. 15, 16?
Yeah, I was, 12 actually.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's continue.
Right. So it's, it's right after, the Labor Day weekend, and it turns out that my company is going to be taking a retreat. We're going to New Jersey for the day, going to do some outdoor stuff, and I'm super stoked. So we, get on the bus, and it's a beautiful day, and we get on the turnpike, and boom, the planes start hitting the World Trade Center. It was September 11th. So, I mean, that was hard for everybody, but I was like, oh my God, what's going on? This like I came back for this. And we get to New Jersey, and I don't have to fill in all the details because you can imagine the freaking out.
Right.
But we get to where we're going. We were at this like golf course retreat and went through the whole day there, watching what was happening. I left the clubhouse at one point because the first tower fell, and I was just like, okay, I need to like get some fresh air. When I came back in, the second tower had just fallen. And I mean, it was pure silence in the room. And all of a sudden I hear, and I can't curse, I know, so I'll watch my language. But you have to kind of get a visual in your mind. I heard like, these mother effers don't know who they're messing with. And I can't do the Joe Pesci voice, but I turned to my left, and there's Joe Pesci in all of like his gangster glory, sitting down, watching the TV right next to me. And standing next to him is Mikhail Baryshnikov, which is so random.
What?
But they were
the ballet Mikhail Baryshnikov. Wow. Okay.
I could show you, and he was kind of like, touching his chin, like he was thinking, and just like looking really like shocked, but also pensive. And Joe Pesci was sitting there with his legs crossed and was just shaking his head like he's gonna waste some people. And it was so weird. It was like the weirdest.
Now, it
September 11th was weird for everybody in New York City. This was like really weird.
Wasn't Mikhail during that time? He was on like Sex in the City.
I think it was a little bit before he was on, but yeah, he was about to get really, really big, and he and Joe Pesci were doing some sort of fundraiser at that same golf course. And as a matter of fact, when I was getting ready before I got on the subway that morning, I actually saw an interview with Joe Pesci on New York One about that fundraiser.
Now at a moment like that, it's pretty tense and stuff. Did you get a chance to speak to Joe?
No, nobody did, because he was just like one of us. That kind of happened on September 11th. If you were in New York City, like everybody was the same, but it was still so weird. I don't know. Like sometimes I see celebrities on the streets and I say hi to them because I think I know them. Because they're so familiar to me. That's kind of what it felt like. So what was really weird for me is seeing the two of them together.
Absolutely
and
bizarre.
They're really good friends.
Yeah, I've heard that they are. Was he speaking in Pesci? If you know what I mean.
Yes. I wish I could do it. He's like, they don't know who they're messing with. We're gonna, and he just sat there for like 5 minutes, just going off, and everybody was just kind of like quiet, and some people, but nobody like said, "Hey, there's Joe Pesci." Everybody just in so much shock that it was kind of like we were in a movie, and they were just our co-stars.
I only have one little Joe Pesci story, and I can't tell it on the air. Can't do it. No, I can't. I simply can't. And so I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave it right there. But if I ever meet you in person, just go, okay, church, tell me the Pesci story. I'll do that, but I can't do it on the air. And when I do tell you the story, you're going to go, well, yeah, nope, that's not air material.
That's not for the air.
Ain't gonna happen.
I totally am honoring your privacy.
Ain't gonna happen. Sarah Ann, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. 2022 is gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome, only because of you. Mm-hmm. All right.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, go get warm. Have a great, safe New Year's tomorrow night, and I'll see you next week.
Will do. Lots of love to all the Fadernauts and you. And bye. That's
what I'm talking about. Sarah Ann. And Sarah Ann's calling from the great state, I believe, of Wisconsin. She's in the great state of Wisconsin. And you know it's cold. Man, I got to tell you, I hear these stories all the time. And we laugh at them. Oh, when I was a kid, I walked 10 miles in the snow to school every day. I did. And I didn't ride a school bus until high school. And so up until then, you walked to school, rain, sleet, snow, hot, cold, it didn't matter. You walked to school. And I remember in North Chicago, so cold that and this is the truth. I'm not making this up. I would walk facing the wind with my face turned until this side of my face was frozen solid. And then I would walk this way and freeze up this side of my face until the frostbite kicked in. This side of my face would thaw out, and then I would switch. And I would do that for miles. I can't believe and all the kids were doing the same thing and just trudging through the frozen tundra to somehow make it to school when it was minus 10. I can't believe, 6, 7 years old doing this. And it's the truth. That part of my life is not in any way made up, and it's really funny where people laugh at it today. No, that stuff was real. Stuff was 100% real. In Indianapolis, I walked from my house to PS 103, PS 102 up to 6th grade. It wasn't that far of a walk. That was about a mile. It was about a mile. But PS 103, that was like a 3-4 mile walk every single day, to and back. There were no buses. There were no buses to that school. No. Everybody in the neighborhood had to walk. And there you go. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Faded Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Donna.
Hey, Donna. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody. Sorry I haven't called. I've had a lot of stuff happening in my world lately. So
that's okay, Donna. It's always great to hear your voice.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember it. You have to remember so many calls and everything. But back in October of 2020, when Shaw was on, I got to call in and I asked her if anything good was going to happen for 2021.
Right.
So, without going into a lot of details, because I don't think anybody wants to hear all that. Anyway, the first one was about for family members, and I think she was right about that one.
Okay.
And the second one was about a job or about my work, and so we did get 2 little raises, and I'm going to brag about myself. I got Employee of the Year.
Oh, congrats. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So that's the 2 that she said that was the good stuff that's going to happen. So I consider it a ding-ding.
A ding-ding.
Yeah. Like when Art Bell did the predictions.
Yes.
Bonks or ding-ding.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought, just give her some credit for that.
Yeah, and when I speak to her, I'll let her know. Did you let her know? Did you reach out to her?
Oh, no, I haven't been able to. It's the first time I've been able to even call you.
So you've just been busy. Life, you managed to get... Now, what do you think about 2022, Donna? I mean, you're one of the smartest callers that we have. And you're an OG Fadernight. You go back a long ways with this show. What do you think about 2022? How many New Year shows have we done now? Right, a lot. And
I don't know, but I sure hope to God it's not like 20 and 2021 have been so far.
It can't be. I mean, it just can't. That's the thing. That's an impossibility. There's no way it can get worse. No, I just don't believe that. I think it's statistically impossible. I just don't. No, the math doesn't add up on that one. Even if it's just a little better, it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Because I think we.
You think we're going to have disclosure?
I don't believe in that anymore. I'm hoping that our world gets a little straightened up and they visit us, because I'm not, no, especially not from the people we got in right now.
Well,
the only thing,
I don't think
UFO will happen with that is a false flag thing in order to take away every last right we have, because they're already trying to now.
All the rights are already gone, so they can have what's left. They can have what's left. But this is the thing. This is the thing. This is why I think we could and might have disclosure in 2022, because with everything else that we've got going on, if you're going to drop something as significant as that, you would want to do it now. You would want to do it now. You wouldn't want to wait when things are just rosy out there. It'll be too big of a news headline, and people will have the time and the opportunity to question and really go after the story. So why not drop it now? I'm being very serious here. I'm being very serious. If you're going to do it, do it now.
I don't take any stock in the news corporations anymore. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've lost all my respect.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to them. I literally, the last time. Okay, here's where I'm going to be straight. I depend on Renee for my news. Renee is inside of my head. She knows what I look for in a news story, and she is fantastic with that. So, and because of that, I don't have to check the news. So, this week, I think I clicked on, I'm not going to say who, but let's just say mass media of different, probably 3 times in the last 7 days. Once per, that's it. That's it. And I'm not scrolling through all the headlines. I'm looking for the lead headline, and is there something there that I need to know? Right? And if there's nothing there, that's it. I don't read. I don't scroll through. I don't check anything. I don't want to know. I don't want to be a part of that fear machine, and I'm much better off for it. And it's the truth. Somebody sent me an email the other day, and they said, so Jimmy, if you don't read the news, then how can we trust your opinion on things? I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm supposed to read the news and be misinformed and then have an opinion about something that's based on misinformation? That doesn't make any sense. And if you're listening to anybody else out there that has formulated an opinion based on the mass media news sources, then you have a double dose of wrong, right? The opinion is wrong and the news is wrong. It's really that simple, right? Am I making sense, Donna? Tell me I am.
Yeah, I listen to people that are actually in the places. Like I've listened to somebody that lives in Europe, and then I got a friend down in Brazil that I can ask about what's going on, and
right.
Got a friend up in Canada that, in different places that they'll tell me what's going on. I quit listening to all that stuff. I don't even have cable anymore.
Yeah, see, you're one step ahead. That's why you're one of the smartest callers. You're one of the OG smart Fadernights. You are smart. Hey, Donna.
Deb.
Did I just call you Deb? Hey, Donna.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, Donna. Happy New Year.
You too.
Behave and be
Fade
well.
To black.
Fade to black. Yeah. Thank you so much,
try.
Donna. Thank you so much, Donna. And Donna from Mansfield, Ohio, by the way. And I remember this is actually crazy. I remember this is 5 years ago, when I had, and you Fadernauts may remember this, I had like 4 different callers from Mansfield. And it was like the craziest thing. I never quite figured that out, how I could have so many callers from a town like that in Mansfield. It was a town like Mansfield. And there you go. Okay. Trying to figure this out here. Let me see. Let me go here. Okay. This is strange. So I'm going to hang up here. There are 3 calls coming in from the same phone number that also is on hold. So I can't explain that. But I do have to take a break, so I'm going to get that in right here. If you are on hold, stay right there. And I'm going to take a quick break, and it is our last show of the year. That's it. Falls on a Thursday, which means it's open lines with all of you all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It is Fadernight. Happy New Year, everybody. And I want everybody to have a great, safe, fun, amazing New Year's tomorrow night. I'll be right back after this short break with more of your phone calls. Stay with me.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on jimmychurchradio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, The X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? Un-X Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to getthetea.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's getthetea.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard. Available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit unitedgoldgroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I thought somebody was going to call in tonight and talk guitars. Yeah, I think it was Hadley. I think Hadley said he was going to call in and talk guitars tonight, and Hadley chickened out. I was looking forward to it. I wanted to talk some guitars, and maybe I should force the conversation. Let me see here. What should I pull down? What if I haven't pulled down? And All right. I'll come back to that. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
I'm not sure.
Yes, you're live.
Hello.
Yes, who's this?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
My name's Amy, and I'm calling from Cool, California.
What was your name? What was your name? I missed it.
Amy.
Amy, how are you? Yeah, I got you, Amy.
It's Jimmy Church. Wow. So I listen to you. I'm your number one fan. Oh my God! And there's a weird light. I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
I'm your number one fan in the Middle East, in Abu Dhabi, and dude, there's a fucking weird light. It's
okay. No
really
bad.
weird.
No.
Outside. Anyway.
No bad word. Amy, no bad words. But it sounds like it's crazy. You're in Abu Dhabi right now?
Well, I'm in Cool, California right now. I'm visiting the family in California.
Oh, okay.
And I have to tell you, you put me through the quarantine. We were stuck in the Middle East, and you're like a little dose of, California. You mentioned the Go-Go's at one time. You talk about the 80s and rock. You talk about, oh my God, Jimmy, this is really weird.
It's in Cal. What?
I'm not kidding. I'm outside. I'm in Cool, California, and I'm watching like a bright light that wasn't there before. But 5 days ago, I saw like a rod outside of my parents' living room windows, which are really big. And so I was like, I'll go outside. I'll check it out. And then I went outside and it turned into a sphere. I was like, okay, this is weird. My parents they already think I'm nuts. And we do have a flight pattern. But, and then it turned into a sphere and I can't even describe the light. And then I thought, okay, I'll take out my phone. I'll take a picture of it. Oh my God, now 3 more lights are blinking.
Where are you? What part of California?
It's outside of Auburn. Did you see the movie Phenomena?
Yes.
With John way back in the day. So it's like 20 minutes, a little bit to the east.
Yeah, I know where Auburn is. Yeah, it's a nice area.
Yeah. Oh God, and Cool is awesome. Like there's nothing there, but it's awesome. People are great. Yeah, that's bizarre.
So what happened?
Like these lights.
What?
Before I was talking to you, and they're showing up, and I'm scared. Like I've always been scared of the alien talk because my babysitters at 6 years old said they saw a UFO land in the field behind our house, so they kind of scared me. And some other boys said, "Oh, they're just here to watch us." That's what they said when I was like 6 or 7. So I've always been kind of afraid. I never watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Is it Third Kind, Fourth Kind? Never saw it. Always kind of afraid, but I believe in like all the oneness and all the goodness and all that kind of stuff. And there's got to be more out there. Carl Sagan, all that stuff.
Right.
Wow. These things are coming out, and I'm in the Eastern Sierras. These stars are starting to appear.
That's crazy, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. What do you think?
They were not there.
I've been sitting on hold for like 45 minutes or so.
Right.
And these star things were not there. And now we have one bright one up a little bit to the right of it, and 3 down below it. And so anyway, so I took a picture, and it showed up in between 2 of the pine trees. It was far away, and I'll send it to you. When you go in on it, it looks like a jellyfish. And so I Googled it, and there are other people who are seeing these jellyfish things. Like when you zoom in on it, it appears as a jellyfish. And then a friend of mine also, he didn't know he was taking it, but he was taking a goofy picture. And this was a year before that. Took a picture, and there was an orb above it, but we didn't notice it as we were outside. It was a sunny day. And then, so I Googled my jellyfish, because my parents think I'm crazy. And somebody else had seen the jellyfish. It was like a delivery driver in Bristol, UK. And he posted his orb that was a jellyfish. It was the same thing that we saw on a sunny day on the right-hand side. Anyway, it all sounds crazy, doesn't it?
No, it does. It's not crazy at all. It's not crazy at all. I have seen many pictures like that, and one of my neighbors out here shot some very strange pictures of what looks like jellyfish in the middle of the day in the blue sky. I've never seen one myself, except, okay, Amy, check this out. Now, I tried to explain this to everybody, what we saw. This was 2 weeks ago. And I've got some friends over at the house. And it was Sunday afternoon. And we were all out back, and, a couple of planes kept flying by, and we were checking those out. Everybody has binoculars. And then suddenly, my friend Brad, everybody knows Brad Harris, Brad goes, look at that. And so I go to look, and I can't see what he's talking about. And it turned out it wasn't this plane. It was this little speck of light in the sky. It's not moving. It's in the middle of the day. It's like noon. And so I get out the binoculars, and I finally look at it. And it looked like it had a tail coming off the top of it. So like an upside down jellyfish, right? Okay, do you follow what I'm saying? And
yes. And mine was like the total opposite of yours. Anyway.
Yeah. And
the tails went down.
It flipped me out. And nobody, so then, no, it wasn't. It was about 1:30 because right after that, so everybody splits, and I came in, and I couldn't take a picture of it. There was reasons for that. It kept disappearing and reappearing, so I never got a picture of it. Then it was gone. So I jump on Twitter, and there's this tweet, Jimmy, I'm out here in Vegas, and it's 1:15. Are you seeing this light in the sky right now? And it was at the same time we saw it. Now, Vegas isn't that far from here. It's 3 hours away, 150 miles. And so I am convinced that he saw the same thing that we saw, which was at 1:30. But I never got a picture of it. I never did. It was crazy in the binoculars, and it wasn't moving, though. That was the thing. I mean, could it have been... Okay. What's that comet, Leonid? Maybe it was Comet Leonid, the Christmas comet. Maybe that's what it was. But it was in the middle of the day. Crazy to see. Nobody else was talking about it.
That's amazing. And like I Googled it. But the weird thing is like my parents have these big windows. And when I went and I walked across the room and looked out through the windows, what caught me was this long rod. And then I went outside and looked out, and then it became a sphere. And then the sphere had lights around it that you can't really describe, because I can see the flight pattern. We know the flight pattern.
but you know what planes look like, and you know what they're, so this was different. And then it was really different. And then by the time it came across the other part of the deck, I took a picture in between the two trees. And then when you zoom in on it, that's when you can see the jellyfish. You can't see it from the naked eye. But when you zoom in on it,
Amy, send me the picture. Send it to my email.
Okay.
You've got my email.
I know you say it all the time, but
Jimmy at Jimmy Church. It's Jimmy at Amy. Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. You can also email me through the website. There's a place to do that too.
And I just want to thank you and all the Fadernauts and all the callers. Like, I was stuck in the Middle East, and hearing your voice and hearing you talk about burritos and taco stands and all that kind of stuff just brought me life. So thank you so much. And thank you to all the people who call in and all the people on the YouTube channel. It means a lot.
Thank you, Amy.
You don't even... You're so welcome. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And I so hope to meet you guys at some point. I'm a school teacher. I teach at a public Muslim school in the Middle East. I teach English. And I still hope to meet you guys at some conference when I'm off. So.
Yeah. Well, the next one is the Conscious Life Expo in February. Yeah. Are you going to be here?
I'm not sure, but I'd love to meet you guys in Egypt on my spring break.
Yeah, I think that got pushed back to October. And what?
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe in October. Okay.
You never know. You never know. But all my best to everyone. And Carrie in Palm Springs. I just love her.
She's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing.
I love her. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Jimmy. All my best.
Happy New Year, Amy. Thank you so much. And be safe out there.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right on. And Amy calling in from up north, Auburn. I guess east and north of San Francisco, but out there. Thank you so much, Amy. I love first-time callers. Nothing better. We had a few tonight. So cool when that happens. Okay, caller, I'm going to put you on hold for just 1 second. You just stay right there. You're up next. Thursday night, Fadernight, the night before New Year's Eve. Doesn't get any better than this, does it? It's a perfect night for me. And with that, let's go straight back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy Church, it's Dwayne Morgan. Happy New Year, brother.
Hey, Dwayne. How are you, man?
Oh, doing great, man. Me and the wife are just sitting here drinking some River Moon coffee.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah, dude. In Pasadena, drinking the River Moon coffee. We're getting ready for the Rose Parade, too.
Wait a minute. You're back in Pasadena?
Well, I've never really left.
For some reason, I thought that you moved to another town in the area. I didn't know you still lived in Pasadena proper.
Yeah, I did. I'm in my wife's hometown. She's from Arcadia. So that's where we live.
Okay. Okay. So you live in Arcadia, not Pasadena.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You got me.
You straight busted. You can't see the thing is
because I really love putting a shout out for Pasadena.
What part of Arcadia are you in, Dwayne?
We're in a really nice part of Arcadia. I'm right over here by the racetrack.
Are you north or south of the freeway?
I would be south of the freeway.
Okay.
I wish I was north. Oh, man, I wish I was north.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
But we're still in very nice Arcadia.
Okay, I'm going to tell everybody a story about Dwayne Morgan. All right, so...
Okay, here we go.
Hold on. This is, and you'll remember this. So Dwayne and I, this is 1984. Okay, I just moved to California. And Dwayne and I are in a car. It might have been my car, but we're in a car. Might have been Rob's van. I don't know. But we're driving on the 210 freeway, and Dwayne points out the window. He goes, "Hey, man, somebody painted a Van Halen logo on their backyard fence, and it's right up here." And so we're driving down the freeway, and you go, there it is. And you point it, and on this brick wall that lines the freeway, right there, it says Van Halen Country with the big Van Halen logo. And that stayed there for years, by the way. But it was you that pointed that out to me. Do you remember that?
You know what? I don't, but I believe it happened.
Dude, it's one of my best memories. You don't remember that.
Oh, my God. There's so many memories I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay.
But that's okay. Because I make new memories every day. And it's, and another good thing is, Jimmy, I can watch a movie, and 3 months later, it's like I can watch the movie again. Like seeing it for the first time.
Okay, well, okay. You know what? I know you. I know you well enough to believe that is true. Oh man,
but I got a good story for you.
Okay, all right.
So, so one of my good friends, he's like a roadie for all the big rock stars, and Ingve's coming to town, right?
Right.
I think I told you I had tickets for
yes,
you, right?
you did. You told me you had tickets last week. Man. Yeah.
And so Ingve's coming to town, and he knows how much I love Ingve. So he says, you know what, dude, you're going to pick Ingve up from the hotel and bring him to the club.
He did not know.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? You're kidding me, man. He goes, yeah, bro, you're the man, dude. You're going to, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Is it going to happen? Me and Ingve, what am I going to say? Everything. And then Ingve cancels the show.
Oh man, the best Ingve story I've got a few, but the best is you remember Robert Rickley, the long hair place on Colorado Boulevard, right? Okay,
yes, I do remember him.
Yeah, and I get and I knew Robert pretty well. And I get Rob Cazares, his sister, Elaine. She just graduated from beauty school, from hair school, and I get her a job there. So she's cutting hair.
Long hair rock.
Right? Yeah, long hair rocks. And so I'm there getting my hair cut. Robert's cutting my hair.
And, I remember this, and Ingve showed up.
Yeah, Ingve showed up. Yeah. That's a true story. And
continue.
And I'm sitting there. And his assistant, receptionist or whatever, comes in and goes, Robert, Ingve's manager just called. He's going to be here in 15 minutes. And I'm sitting there looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, what? Right? and he goes, okay, I'll be ready. And he's cutting my hair and he's talking to me and stuff. And I'm like, Ingve, I'm trying to be cool. I'm just trying to be cool. And I'm like, man, don't finish my hair. Don't finish my hair. Don't finish my hair. And then Ingve walks in, sits down in the chair to my right, and he looks at me. We're both looking in the mirror at each other.
Oh my God.
And he's like, what's up? And I said, hey man, what's up? what do you do? And it was like the craziest moment like ever. And that was the young version of Ingve. He was probably...
And the young version of you, though, Jimmy, too.
We're probably the same age. Yeah, we were probably both 20, 21. And then when I walked out, this is what I do remember, though. I walked out, and there was a convertible Jaguar out front, like beige, like tan, white. And I thought, that's Ingve's car. That's got to be. And I split. But that's my Ingve. That's an Ingve story. Didn't we, you and I went to go see Ingve, and you started crying. You cried. Yes, you cried. I looked over. So Ingve, we're there. Everybody, I want you to listen to what I'm saying very carefully.
The song was Black Star. How could you not write that song?
Okay, I know. And so Ingve comes out on stage, and we're standing there. It's me, you, and Rob Cazares. and I think Brian Olson was with us
The
too.
Hollywood Palladium.
At the Hollywood Palladium, 1985. And
yeah. That's
it was 85. And Yngwie comes out on stage, and I'm like, yeah! And I turned to look, to high-five Dwayne, and you're crying. He's got tears coming down his face. I'm like, dude, what is up with you?
Dude, my wife is laughing so hard right now.
It's a true story.
But it's a true story. And then, I got the kid named Yngwie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I named the kid after him.
Yeah.
It's like, what's this obsession with Yngwie? And I don't even play a damn guitar.
And I've got a picture. Hey, Dwayne, I've got a picture. Fran Olson, Brian's mom, last year gave me a bunch of pictures, and I'm going to scan it and send it to you. But it's a picture of you and I and I think Brian and Rob, and we're together. I think it was Fran and Harry's anniversary, right? And so we're all together, and it's a long time ago. Anyway, you are wearing your famous white blazer that you never took off.
Are you talking about the Miami Vice?
Yeah, the Miami Vice blazer. And it's you and I standing next to each
the last time
other.
we saw each other, I had a black one on.
That's right. Oh, man. Hey, before I let you go, Happy New Year to you and the family. But that Yngwie show, this is what's crazy. It was Sound Barrier opened, and Billy Sheehan and Tallis was the middle act.
Tallis, dude. That was the first time I ever seen Billy Sheehan.
And Yngwie, of course, was headlining. So I go to do a ghost hunt at the Queen Mary. And so I'm going through the ghost hunt, and there was a lot of celebrities there. And so I'm going through, and then somebody comes up to me and goes, "Hey, dude, Bernie K is here." And I go, "Bernie K? From Sound Barrier? The singer?" "Yes." "Do you know him?" I go, "Bernie K is here." "Yes." And so they take me up, and Bernie and we ended up doing a session together, a ghost hunting session. And that's a whole nother story. But Bernie K and I got to sit down.
I remember you were doing ghost hunting a while back.
Well, this was last year. It was during COVID because I had to take a COVID test. But anyway, I told Bernie, I said, "Dude, I was at your show with Yngwie. Man, that was one of the best shows we ever did." I said, "Man, I was there at that show." So how crazy is it that you and I can talk about that show where you started crying like a little girl because Yngwie was playing?
Quit it, Jimmy! Quit it, man! Quit it!
And Bernie K. And 30 years later, Bernie K and I do a ghost hunt together. How crazy is that? 35.
And dude, imagine how crazy I was thinking. Oh my God, I'm getting ready to pick Yngwie Malmsteen up for a sound check to bring him to the canyon, right? And he's going to be sitting right next to me. What am I going to say to him? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm telling my wife when the hours are getting closer and closer, and I'm getting more nervous. Nervous? And when I heard he canceled the show because he wasn't feeling good, there was almost like a relief. I'm like,
hey, Dwayne, did Yngwie reschedule the show?
He has not rescheduled yet, but when he does, I will be picking him up. I will be meeting Yngwie because I have the back. I have the hookup.
Man,
my boy can get me right there with him. But it's like, what do I say? I want to.
Well, here's the crazy part. I didn't want to announce this, but I'll go ahead and kind of let the cat out of the bag. I have a miniature Yngwie guitar. It's a real guitar, but it's a mini Fender Strat painted in custom Olympic white, right? The Yngwie color. And I've got this guitar over at Pat Wilkins' shop right now. They're refretting it and putting Yngwie pickups in it and putting a tremolo system in it. And I was going to reveal it here on the show. If it's done in time and Yngwie reschedules the show, I'm going to bring this guitar to that show, and I'll have him autograph it. It. Yeah, it's cool. Awesome. I'm spending $1,000 on a $150 guitar. I'm serious. I'm dropping this serious coin on this. I'm having it refretted, a new nut, the Yngwie pickups, the routing, the tremolo, the whole headstock's being redone, and I'm building a mini.
And then once it's signed, though, it's going to be sweet.
Oh, it's going to be so cool. He's going to laugh when he sees this thing. So there you go. Hey, I gotta head to a break. Hey, Dwayne, Happy New Year, man.
Love you. Happy New Year. I'm going to send you a text. Probably not tonight, but for New Year's, it's the other number, and then you can send that picture there, and I'd really appreciate it.
I will take care of it. Happy New Year, my brother.
Love you,
I love you right back, Dwayne. Thank you so much, my friend.
Year.
Happy New Year. Hey, to everybody. Happy New Year. You guys be safe tomorrow night.
Bye-bye.
And this is the deal, man. It's the Rose Parade and going down. And I don't know who Jimmy and Dwayne are talking about, so I Googled him. Yngwie. Yeah, Dwayne. It was one of the funniest moments ever when I turned to Dwayne and went to high-five him, and he was in tears. And I was like, oh, my goodness. Oh, geez. All right, I got to take a break. And let me straighten out, man. Okay, I'm going to get to everybody. Okay, all right. We've got one segment left, and 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Caller, I'm putting you on hold right now. Do not hang up. And I'm going to do this to the next call. This is what I do, when I bring it. I'm going to put you on hold. Do not hang up. I'm putting you on hold. Do not hang up. And I will squeeze everybody in this next segment. This is Fade to Black. It's our New Year's Eve celebration because tonight is our last show of the year. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer and UnX Networks. Happy New Year, Race Hobbs. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. More of your phone calls when I come back. Stay with us.
Listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? Sugar Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church, and I personally invite you to the 2022 Conscious Life Expo this February 4th through the 7th, live at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This year, we have the most exciting speakers, including Linda Moulton Howe, Jacques Vallée, Whitley Strieber, Adam Apollo, Billy Carson, Daryl Anka and Bashar, William Henry, Caroline Corey, Susan Slaughter, Daniel Brinkley, Sarah Breskman-Cosme, George Norrie, Gail Thackeray, and many, many more. I will be hosting all weekend long, including the keynote Ancient Secrets panel on Friday night, 5 vendor and exhibit halls, 3 floors of speakers, panels, and celebration. This is the biggest event of the year, and early bird passes are available now. Just go to ConsciousLifeExpo.com for the schedule, speakers, and information. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNXDB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black, our last segment of our last show of the year. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's so great that it fell on a Fadernight, and we're able to do it like this. This is very cool for me, and having Dwayne call in was really cool. I met Dwayne in Indianapolis. He was a teenager. I was still, when I met Dwayne, I was 19 or 20. I think he was 16 years old. He was out there visiting his dad. And one of our mutual friends who's no longer with us, Tony, introduced us. But so that's how long I've known Dwayne. I met Dwayne in probably 83, and that's what I'm guessing here. But anyway, I've known Dwayne for a long time, and it's cool to get some Yngwie conversation in. That's pretty cool. So we got guitars in somehow. So we've got one segment left. I'm going to try to get all of these calls in. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Pete from Mansfield, Ohio.
Hey, how are you, Pete?
Good, man. How are you? I just figured I'd call him because it's the last show of the year, man. I figured I'd call and say how much we all appreciate you and everything you do.
Yeah, thank you. And plus, it's another call from Mansfield, Ohio. What are the odds?
Well, okay, so I don't get to hear you as much anymore. I have to listen to old shows the next day.
Right.
So I got on tonight because I am currently on my way to Cleveland to pick my brother up at the airport. So I kicked you on. You're nice and live. I kicked you on. And the first words out of your mouth that I hear is Mansfield. I'm like, yeah, I got to call in. I got to call in.
I love it,
I'm
Pete.
like, I got to do it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Happy New Year to you, man. So you're picking up your brother
Happy
for
New Year to you.
You're picking up your brother for New Year's.
Yeah, he's coming up for New Year's. I haven't seen him in a while. He's coming out of Florida. And his flight got delayed, so I'm picking him up real late.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. Are you ready for 2022? I mean, it's just got to be a better year, right? It has to be.
I mean, it's got to be. 2020 was stupid, and 2021 was crazy with all the, all the soft disclosure of, the government basically admitting that they have a UFO program and this, that, and the other. And things they're up in the sky. We already knew that anyways, but the fact that they actually admitted it a little bit, it's promising.
Do you think that, I brought this up earlier, 2022 would be a good year for disclosure for the government to do this, right? With all the other madness that's going on. So it just won't freak people out like it would in a normal year.
And you're right, and it absolutely would be great. However, I do have my reservations about it, because for them to admit everything that they need to admit, it's going to put them on a bubble, because it's going to be, it's going to be let out that, if they did have some secret alliance with some other beings, that they gave the okay to have people be abducted, if a such thing exists, and people are being abducted. People are going to have a problem with that. And let's face it, fear is going to happen, because if they're keeping it so quiet, people are going to be afraid. That means we can't protect ourselves.
Do you think that
they're highly advanced?
Yes. And you bring up one of the points that, and Richard Dolan brought this up last night, and I agree with him.
Love Richard.
Yeah.
Love Richard.
The whole abduction phenomena is another part of this that has to be addressed. So many things have to be addressed. I mean, it's crazy the amount of things.
And that's not even... I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of things, but one of them that is going to have to be talked about is abductions. You can't sweep that under the rug, can you, Pete?
You can't, and that's not even the big one. That's not even a huge one. Let's face it. When it all comes down to it, at the very end, people are going to start questioning religion. There's no doubt about it. Now, I believe in God. I believe that there is a higher power, but I have always said, since I was a little boy watching Star Trek, you know what? There's a God. Just don't be afraid what he looks like. People are going to question everything, and it's going to cause chaos. There's no doubt about it. It will cause some chaos, but like normal, no different than 9/11, no different than anything else in the world, we will adapt and overcome.
Yep, you're right about that.
I believe there will be chaos.
Yeah, I think a little bit. And I think it goes without saying, but that New York Times article in December of 2017, that was a revelation. But you know what? People didn't freak out. And I think
they didn't.
And I would have thought, some of the normies, that I know that don't talk about this subject ever, when they're coming at me saying, well, you know what? Of course we're not alone in the universe. Well, maybe this drip, drip, drip that has been going on for so long now has starting to have its effect. That people are acclimated to the idea now. And I don't think that people are going to freak out. There are going to be, some of that. But I think the bigger picture, it's going to be a lot calmer than we think.
Oh, absolutely. My wife, love my wife to death, but we don't have the same views. However, since she's been with me, she has watched Ancient Aliens for a very long time. because you do learn a lot of history.
Mm-hmm.
But also within that history, you're going to find out things that maybe you overseen before, as far as like old is it Da Vinci or whatever, the paintings or the pictures that were done that absolutely show and talk about a UFO being in the sky.
Yeah.
So it's kind of got her raising her eyebrow down. She's not converted, but she absolutely is starting to be more open-minded about it. And when 2017 happened, that floored her. And then some of those other videos that have come out that the government has said, hey, we don't know what that is. You know, she's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, haven't I been telling you?
Yeah, right. And the other part is we can't rub other people's noses in it. We can't go, see, I told you. No, we can't. Let's not go that far. Let's just.
I try not to, but I do a little bit.
Yeah, of course you do, and I'm going to do it. But we can't go overboard with that. It's going to be a shock to the system, too many, and let's just be satisfied in knowing that we've pushed this ball over the line, and here we are. But we can't go around making too many waves. There's going to be other stuff to deal with. So yeah, can't rub people's noses in it, And
the least of anything coming out, the least problems that we're going to have is that there is alien life out there that we're being visited. That's the least of our issues. The more issues are going to come with the abductions. Religion issues are going to be happening. Politics are going to go straight to the can. I mean, the whole world is going to be flipped in turmoil for a short period of time, but it's going to be a good thing. If anything that we do need is to be shooken up a little bit, not of course by COVID, but by things that we need to know about. The
other big one, Pete, and I want to say Happy New Year before we depart. I don't want to forget in saying that. But the other big thing, if the government has had a technology that would have solved feeding the world, powering up homes, heating homes, air conditioning homes, energy for our schools. If that comes out, there's going to be a debt payment there. They're going to have to answer to that.
We have grown in technology since I'm 48 years old. We didn't have cell phones when I was a kid. So, we've grown in technology in such a short span of time with all this technology that we have and everything that we have invented and came up with, and we're still using fossil fuels.
Right.
Stop.
You're right.
And it's all because of money. It's because of it's the money thing. That's all it is.
It is. And that's the bottom line there. And there is going to have there's going to be a Sunday go-to-meeting situation where they're going to have to sit down and face the music.
As my grandparents used to say, it's going to be a come-to-Jesus meeting.
Hey, Pete, Happy New Year, man. Be safe, and tell your brother I said yo, okay?
I will do so, sir. Thank you very much.
Have a great night, and be safe out there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother.
That's a great phone call right there. Pete from Mansfield. What is going on in Mansfield, Ohio, that we have that many Fadernauts in Mansfield? Somebody help me out. Somebody get me to understand what is going on in Mansfield, Ohio. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yeah, this is Pete. Another Pete calling.
Another Pete. What are the odds of that? You're not in Mansfield, are you?
Absolutely.
All right. What's on your mind
tonight? I called you earlier. Let me say Happy New Year to you, number one.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, no doubt.
Which is best. I called you, Pete. This is Pete Cap from Waretown, New Jersey. I called you a couple times before.
Okay, Pete.
You probably don't remember me calling you.
That's okay. That's okay, Pete. What's on your mind?
Nothing. I'm just talking about one thing. I just want to find out, did you hear anything about, you had that female, she was a retired, she worked for the federal government, and she was taking people into a guided tour through the Mojave Desert.
Oh.
You had to run, excuse me.
Yes.
You had to run your program the one time,
Mm-hmm.
and you were all ready. You were all psyched up, ready to listen to her again, and that was it.
That was it. You're talking about Anjali.
Anjali, yes, you got it. Angela, her name is.
It's been silent, and it was supposed to happen by tomorrow night. It was supposed to happen in 2021, and I told her then, and I have said since then, if it doesn't happen in 2021, you don't get a pass card. That's it. You've said it's definitely going to happen. It got canceled, and that's it. I haven't followed it since then. I just checked out, Pete. But if something breaks and something happens, I'll let everybody know. But I've forgotten.
Personally, what do you think? You think that she's a kook? Between you and me,
I don't know enough about her to say one way or the other. But it's unfortunate, and this is the thing, especially inside of the UFO community. We are very used to something coming along, getting our hopes up, and then the air out of the sails, right? The wind out of the sails. So it happened again. I don't think that anybody in the UFO community is freaking out, going, "Oh man, this was our." I
know.
Yeah, it's not that.
She sounded interesting, but after she was going through, she was taking it through different tunnels, going through this, going through that, and then she showed up. But I haven't been listened to the radio for a while, and that's why I'm calling now to find out.
Yeah.
Did she ever call back?
We had I scheduled a show with her for an update, and the show was booked, and she called me either the day of, I think it was the day of the show, and she said, I have to cancel. I've got some medical issues. And I said, okay, all right. So, and that was it. And that was probably a month and a half ago. I haven't heard anything from her since then. So nothing.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, nobody has sent me any updates. I don't follow her, and I don't even know. She may be posting. Maybe there's an update, but I haven't heard anything directly.
I haven't heard. I haven't seen anything about her online. That's it. She just wiped out.
Yeah.
And she, she just came up. And if she had a medical condition, let's face it, she would have, said, I'll call you in 2 weeks. Maybe, I'll feel better or whatever,
Yeah. And like I said, the whole thing for me was, it was supposed to happen in 2021. It was a guarantee. It was guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. So if it happens tomorrow, great. I haven't heard anything about it, but Pete, I promise, if I have an update, I'll let everybody know. Fair enough?
I know. Are you going to take a tour with her?
I was invited. Yeah, I was invited.
All right.
So
what's the odds of you thinking going into a Mojave Desert tunnel and walking through and visiting people like that?
You never know. You never know. See, that's the thing. You know. You never know. And I'm just going to leave it right there. You never know. Now, if I'm invited in 2022, do I go? No, probably not. I'll leave it to everybody else. And hey, I
believe I believe in him. A lot of the stuff because I was a non-believer beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw stuff. I talked to you before, but you probably don't remember. And I saw stuff, and I never told people, what I saw. I says, I know what I saw in my head, and I wouldn't tell anybody that because they probably would have thought I was half a loon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
That's the way I am. I'm just quiet like that.
Well,
and I figure
if
I'll
pass,
call you up and I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
You know?
If I pass, and no, I will pass. I'm not. I'll let everybody. But let's say that everybody goes out there, they go to the channel, they meet ET, and it's on CNN, and I missed out on it. Okay, well, that'll kind of suck, but I'm not. I've put my energy into it, and I've moved on. I have resigned.
How do you get along talking to anybody close to you? You know what I'm saying? Like your family or, your kids or something like that. You say, I saw this, I saw that. How do they, take you? What do you think?
Well,
what I'm saying? It's like, do they look at you odd? Because mine look at me odd.
Well, you know what? Let them, because you're going to have the last laugh. Hey, Pete, Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year.
Okay.
Thank you for the phone call,
You're the
man.
best, buddy. Yeah,
no, you
Happy
are
New
the
Year.
best.
And I love talking to you again. You'll hear me call again.
Thank you, Pete. Behave and be well, and have a great New Year's tomorrow night.
And it's Pete from Jersey, from the Pine Barrens in Waretown.
There you go. Thank you, Pete. Happy New Year.
There you go.
Right on. And Pete from the Pine Barrens. Every time I hear the Pine Barrens mentioned, and I'm just going to say this, does everybody think about that episode in The Sopranos? Remember that? And when they're heading out into the Pine Barrens, and it's Paulie Walnuts, Michael, and I think Tony was there too as well. And it was like somebody's going to get offed, and there's going to be a body out there in the Pine Barrens. That's what I think about. I don't think about the Jersey Devil. I think about the Sopranos. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Dr. Lebowski from Cordoba, California.
How are you?
How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good, Doctor. How are you?
I got a PhD in laziness, Jimmy. You can't get that from a university because there's too much work involved. Fail at being lazy.
Yeah, there you go. Bum. What's on your mind tonight?
All right, Jimmy. Have you ever taken glycine for your back?
No, I have not.
All right, it's really good. It's anti-inflammatory. It's also the main amino acid of the connective tissue. And you take, let's say, Granny Smith apples for the fiber at night. It's sweet as sugar. You could just get it in powder. It's like $15 to $30 online for a pound. If you mix it with inositol, the B vitamin, it will put you to sleep. And it's not safe to drive if you mix the two.
Do you have good dreams? Do you have good dreams on it?
Yeah, it's surprising. It's surprising how strong it is, like indica or something. It doesn't last that long, but if you go to bed, you take it just before bed, boom, you'll go to sleep.
All right, okay. Glycine and vitamin B. Okay.
Glycine with a G.
Yes.
And inositol. It's the B vitamins. You get it. They're both sweet, so you can get them in powder. It's the B vitamin your friends used to cut their 8 balls with.
Okay. I would not have remembered that if you hadn't mentioned it.
It's non-toxic.
Okay, all right.
It's also, the inositol is also good for anxiety, depression, and obsessive compulsive disorder. You go up to like 9 grams on the glycine and like 3 grams on the inositol.
It sounds like you had a previous life with another occupation, if you know these things. Have a great night.
How correct you are.
And Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Doc.
All right. Have a good one, Jimmy.
You too. It's time to fade to black. I'm going to try to squeeze in. Man, I've got way too many calls on hold. Don't you guys know that this is the last show of the year and we're at the end of the line and the phone lines are just lit up? Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Jared in the Lubbock, Texas area.
Hey, Jared. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've got 1 minute left. So I'm going to say Happy New Year. Real quick, what's on your mind? You got 60 seconds.
I got 60 seconds. Well, there was a lot that I was going to tell you, but I don't have time to tell you now. But also, here's my daughter. She's here to wish you a Happy New Year as well. Her name is Sarah.
All right, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. Happy
Hello.
New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to you too, Jimmy.
And how cool is your dad?
I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, 9.
That's what I'm talking about, Sarah. Sarah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Let me talk to your dad real quick.
I'm back.
Okay. Happy New Year. I've got to run. It's the end of the show. So I just want to say Happy
All right.
New Year. Have a great, safe, fun, amazing New Year's Eve tomorrow night. And thank you for letting me say Happy New Year to Sarah. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, it was great for me too. And she's been listening to the show a little bit, but she'll be a Fadernight before we're done.
That's what I'm talking about. You guys have a great New Year's, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and Happy New Year to you, Rita, and the rest of the church family.
Yeah, right on. I really appreciate it. And man, I'm going to try. Let's see what I can do. I'm just going to squeeze in one more. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy New Year. Who's calling?
Happy New Year. This is Epiphonium.
Hey, Epiphonium. Happy Go over to the chat room and tell everybody.
Man.
Thank you, Epiphonium. And it's great.
A guitar story, but I'll call
we'll
next
do it.
Fadernight.
We'll do it next week. But you got in tonight, Madeline.
I know, I'm the last caller. Thank you.
Madeline, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to Brian. You guys have a great time tomorrow night.
Thanks.
And with that, I got through all of the calls. Oh, no, wait a minute. I've got. Should I just... okay, you know what? I'm just going to do this live. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy New Year. I've got 15 seconds before the credits roll. I'm going to do this. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Happy New Year.
Hello?
Yes, you're live right now.
Oh, hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
This is Sue from Portland, Oregon.
Hi, Sue. Listen, I've got 15 seconds. So, Sue,
okay.
Happy New Year, and have a great, safe, amazing time tomorrow night.
I will do it. You do the same, Jimmy, and I'll call you again another time.
You got.
Sherry says Happy New Year, my housemate.
All right, Sherry. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Sue. And you guys have a great time tomorrow night on New Year's Eve. With that, we are wrapping our New Year's Eve special on a Fadernight with all of you. I tried to get to all the calls. I was just like, screw it, man. I'm just going to bring them all in. Fade to Black. From Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Everybody have a great, safe New Year's. I'll see you next year in